Hi, Dennis Whitton from the Lowell Sun. We're here with our city tournament video preview. I'm with Joel Jenkins, head professional at Mount Pleasant Golf Club in Lowell. They're hosting the second round this year. We're going to take you through the home stretch of all three city tournament courses and give you the key shots, the key ideas for each one. So we're on number 7 now at Mount Pleasant, par 3. Joel, what do you think about this hole? What needs to be done by a city player on this hole?
Well, it's a very deceptive hole, Dennis. You can see there's a big drop. We call it the drop hole here at Mount Pleasant because of the elevation change. You notice that there's numerous tee boxes where the tees can be played. That plays a key role into what club selection you're going to use. It plays much different from, say, on the up tee than it does on a tee that's back here. Clearly it's well guarded, so a proper length shot is really what you're looking for.
And that's a new green, fairly new green.
Fairly new green, new bunkers in the back. Before it used to be some spruce trees. Last year we put in the 2 bunkers in the back, so it's even a little more guarded now. Probably the key thing about this is, although it's guarded by trees on each side, if you get up over the trees, the wind plays a key role. So if it's a real windy day, again, it's all about club selection, hitting the ball the right distance on this green. It's not very deep, okay?
But if you're on the right of the green and the pin's on the left,
it's a very tricky green. Yeah. So if you're a good distance away, a good 2-putt here, you'd be thrilled with. It is. We hope it to be a birdie hole. Yeah. Depending on where the pin is. When the pin is where it is now, it's definitely a birdie hole. If it's on the front, also here on the right, just over the bunker, it's a birdie hole. Anywhere else, it's a little bit tougher. So we think coming down the stretch on the second round, late in the day, this will be a very exciting place to be. We hope to see a lot of good shots. And guys having some chances to make a move. Yeah,
this should be a fan favorite for spots.
But for a hole that sometimes looks easy, that doesn't play very long, anywhere from 120 to 150, it's a tougher hole.
All right, let's go over to number 8 then, see what we got there.
Love number 8.
We're at the 8th hole at Mount Pleasant, a nice par 5. Kind of a birdie hole, the city tournament players would hope. Not necessarily, there's plenty of problems out there. Joel, take us through the tee ball on number 8 from these back tees.
Okay, number 8 here, it'll play as number 8 and number 17, home stretch on the course. A tricky little drive, if you ask me. You're in a chute. When you're in the back tees back here, we have the trees kind of overhanging and whatnot. The gallery tends to hang out here a lot, so maybe the nerves are on. It does take a well-placed tee ball here and able to set your hole up. Okay, so guys who draw the ball tend to go on the left part of the tee, try to hook it around, try to get on the left side of the fairway. I think the left side of the fairway typically gives you the best angle into the green for the guys that are going to go. There are other guys who try to bring it in from left to right and get on this side and get down what we call the power alley. The really guys that really hit it long can get it past that last set of trees. That also opens up the hole. But the key to this shot here with your driver is just a well-placed drive, solid, down one side or the other to give you what you think is your best shot here.
Now, if you get in that right rough, you've got some tree problems. You won't, not punch out, but you're not going for it in 2 from the right rough.
There are issues. If you don't hit it far enough and you get into it that right side of those trees and in the rough, you'll be punching out more times than not, unless you really shoved it way out right. So again, a well-placed drive here is very critical to set the hole up for yourself, to give yourself a good chance at birdie.
All right, well, let's go down the fairway and take a look at the second shot.
Sounds great.
We're on the fairway of the 8th/17th hole at Mount Pleasant. Joel Jenkins. We are about halfway there on this par 5, about 260 yards from the green. Now, Joel, city tournament, maybe 20% of the field can get on from here, would you say? Or
Yeah, I mean,
don't know.
you got a lot of younger kids playing
Yes.
now, limberbacks we'll call them, right?
They'll be
Guys who will probably be past
Yeah.
this point.
We're
I
about
mean,
270 off the tee.
we're about 270, 280.
Yeah.
I typically would hit it in this area. Personally, I like to go for the green from here when I'm in this area, only because the green is when you get up there, is pretty treacherous.
Yes.
It's a hard one to read, and I always like to try to be closer to the hole and at least have a chip or a pitch in. There'll be others that will want to lay up here, maybe to the 100, to the 80. They have a nice full wedge and control a nice wedge in. But I would say the younger guys, or the guys who can put a little hurt on the ball, are going to hit it maybe another 20 yards, and that 20 yards gives them a very good chance of hitting something into the green that sets up their hole for sure.
A lot of these kids do not know the meaning of laying up anyway. They ain't going for anything.
There are some, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of guys who, they don't fear a lot, so they just go for it. It's a great way to be at that age. Some of the older guys, we take it a little different route sometimes.
Right.
But
let's
in
talk
general,
let's talk for a second, Joel, about the condition of the golf course. It looks phenomenal. It looks really to be in good shape. How was it come out of the winter and everything else?
Did well out of the winter, just a couple fairways, couple issues, very minimal. Jack Hassett and his crew does a great job. This course gets a lot of play.
Yes, sir.
When it's a 9-hole, you realize that people come around twice, so it gets almost double the play that a normal hole would. So fairways are beautiful length. I think you'll find, as far as hitting fairway shots, they're fabulous. The greens are really starting to speed up. Obviously, we're getting ready for the cities. Each day, it just seems to get that much better. They're out here working hard this morning, doing all the fine touches. So we're excited. The course looks great and should be a fun cities.
Let's go take a quick look at the 8th green, and then we'll come down number 18.
Perfect.
The 17th green, very undulating surface, but most players will be coming in here with a wedge, so it's not unmanageable. Joel, where do you think the pin will be for the cities?
Nothing set in stone yet, Dennis, but a good spot I would say is maybe something tucked over the bunker.
Get the bunker in play.
Bunker's in play. It lends itself to kind of come in left or right. So maybe over here on the right side, midway, could be a spot. The front could be a good spot too, but it can be a little treacherous with this hill here.
Yeah, it's almost a false front feel to it.
It can. A ball can land and roll right back down over to this side. The guys who do go for it and typically try to come into this area, short left or in this, so the ball will run off. The hole's well guarded with the bunker here on the right, a bunker in the back, out of bounds, way over. But it's all about this green. This green's very deceptive. A lot of guys says it breaks different ways than you think a lot of times. I know I've yet to master it. There's some looks that I've seen, I think go left to right, and the thing goes right to left. So
he's a pro.
And I'm a pro, right? But I'm a good putter, but in general, kind of a tougher green to read, I think. Kind of a critical hole. Guy makes a birdie here late in the round, could spur them on for the next round.
Absolutely. All right, well, let's go up number 18
we're at
the final hole of Mount Pleasant. Key hole, obviously, being number 18. And it's a long hole. It'll play about 424, par 4 in the cities. Joel, what's the plan of attack on this puppy?
Well, it's a good hole here. A tee ball, very important. It's a slight dog leg left. You want to hit your tee ball. A lot of guys will pick out a spot on the clubhouse to aim at. You can see kind of the A-frame in the back. Pick out a good spot. You turn it over right to left. You can get down the hill where the 150 flag is and get a little extra boost. The big guys will hit it like that. Us average guys will hit it kind of down toward that 150. Still a good iron in. Got to try to keep it in play here. There is some trouble on the right and on the left with these trees. They do sneak in at you.
Now, if you overcook a draw, you're in trouble. I think the play might be a fade kind of into the hill so it doesn't roll.
Yeah, if you're a natural fader, I mean, you can always kind of go with the shot that you like best.
Sure.
There's room here to kind of fade it. There's room to draw it. I think the key is just get it in play. Give yourself the best position possible, because the next shot is probably the key to the hole.
Next shot's the key, because
You know,
this
tough
green is tough.
Tough green, and it sits up a little elevation change.
All right, well, let's take a final look at the green, and we'll see what faces these city tournament contenders. Okay, we're at the final hole, the final green, and this is a tough green. It's got a lot of good pin placements that will challenge the players. Mr. Jenkins is going to show us a putt going downhill. The speed of this putt is tough sometimes to keep it in play. So let's take a look at Doyle taking a nice putt from up the hill. Barely touched the ball.